Colorado is facing a warm and dry week ahead. Temperatures are back in the 70s and staying that way for the most part all week. Denver could even make a run at the 80s by the end of this weekend. Much of the snow from Friday, as you know, already gone. Seems like we went from summer right into spring in some ways. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Phil Lipoff.
And I'm Kim Christensen. The combo of warm and dry weather is elevating fire risk, of course, across the state. We're long forgetting that snow. Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin is tracking that for us. Goes quickly, Kathy.
It does. And this really has been a theme and a headline for our fall and for our winter. Fire danger and fire weather in months that we should be seeing some beneficial snowfall. The storm on Friday really made a dent in things, but we could use 2, maybe 3 more storms just like that over the course of this month and next so that we kind of get back in that average range. Hard to complain about kicking off the first Monday of the second week of March after daylight saving begins with weather like this. It's calm, it's mild, it's comfortable, good travel weather, good skiing weather, decent day to get up into the mountains on I-70, 73, 74 degrees in downtown Denver with 80s on the map in southern Colorado. Average highs about 53. Been tracking the wind, a little gusty over some of the higher passes like Loveland Pass, Kenosha Pass, up through Netherland, Estes Park, and into southeastern Wyoming. This is a trend that will continue this week as the temperatures and the winds begin to increase ahead of the next storm we're tracking. Today, the fire weather advisories are south of Denver, Colorado Springs, Pueblo, down to the New Mexico line. This red flag warning cancels at 7. Gusty winds to 30 miles per hour, humidity running about 12%. There's a cool little bank of clouds to the north of us that may help to aid in the beautiful sunset, which will be an hour later tonight. You can enjoy that with the sun going down about 7 o'clock this evening. So you'll get to enjoy this beautiful weather. Another nice day coming up tomorrow. Temperatures trending comfortable for anything that you might want to do. But in our weather headlines, we do have, with this above average temperature trend comes that critical fire danger risk. That will be Thursday through Saturday ahead of a storm that could bring some mountain snow and possibly some cooler weather and rain showers to Denver on Sunday. So we'll talk about all of this with your extended forecast coming up.
Kathy, thank you. Grand County rescue crews are asking anyone involved in an avalanche to report it in order to prevent unnecessary rescues. Grand County Search and Rescue responding to a report of an avalanche on Berthoud Pass. Rescue crews say there were ski tracks heading into the mountain, but weren't able to confirm that tracks come out. This prompted rescue crews to investigate. Grand County Search and Rescue says these situations where no one can actually confirm if someone is in need of help can put rescue crews in danger and pull resources from other potential resources. It comes after several avalanches this weekend, including one where a man died, and that was Colorado's first avalanche death this season.
Iran's new leader is taking his place in Tehran. Ayatollah Mujtaba Khamenei will succeed his late father as supreme leader. He will be in charge of Iran's armed forces and any decision about the country's nuclear program. The President Trump says that he's disappointed about this decision. He was hoping to play a role in choosing the next leader. This comes as the war escalates. Israeli missiles hit a fuel depot, with Iran striking back at an oil refinery. The price of a barrel of oil is topping $100, and it is leading to higher gas prices. In a news conference this afternoon, the president seemed to threaten to intensify actions if Iran and the country made any attempt to stop the globe's oil supply. It's been 10 days since the U.S. and Israel launched those airstrikes on Iran.
Since then, many Persian Americans say they've been riding, as you would imagine, an emotional roller coaster. 9 News reporter Shalima Maharaj spoke to an Iranian activist who says he still has hope.
I was 16 when I left Iran.
Like the rest of the world, Babek Behzadi's eyes are on the Middle East.
From one end, Iranians welcomed the death of the Khamenei. From one end, we don't know to what extent this is going to go on.
It came as no surprise to him when Mojtaba Khamenei was named Iran's new supreme leader, replacing his father.
That is with the influence of the IRGC trying to say that we're here to stay.
As U.S. and Israeli airstrikes continue, Iran is carrying out retaliatory attacks.
I don't think any analyst knows what's going to happen in next 2 to 3 weeks.
MSU Denver President Janine Davidson chaired the Department of Defense Policy Board and served as Undersecretary for the Navy.
What you see in situations like this. They call it a decapitation strategy. The idea is if you can take out the leader, then we can change the regime. What can also happen is that the regime that you're trying to remove has multiple layers. And one of the things people worry about in these decapitation strategies is that whoever comes next could be even worse.
For Babak Besadi, despite the duality of emotions, there's still hope that the country he left behind can one day have the future so many of its people have been fighting for.
And you got to give the credit to the young generation of Iranians that go against this government. They have bullets, they have guns, and all they have is their voice.
Now, President Trump has already said that Mojtaba Khamenei's designation as supreme leader would be, quote, unacceptable. The 56-year-old becomes the third supreme leader in the history of the Islamic Republic. Shalima Maharaj, 9 News.
Shalima, thank you. In this situation, we just heard the president at a news conference this afternoon say that pretty much everything is going well in America's favor. But this man that they're talking about poses a problem for the U.S.
A soldier stationed in Colorado has been identified as the 7th U.S. service member killed since the war in Iran started. The Department of War announced that Sergeant Benjamin Pennington died from injuries sustained during an attack in Saudi Arabia on March 1st. He was 26 years old from Glendale, Kentucky. He was assigned at Fort Carson here in Colorado. Pennington's entire hometown is in mourning. Tom Pitt is an automotive instructor at an early college and career center. He says as a student, Pennington excelled at understanding electrical aspects, but his expertise went beyond the shop.
So fixing a car, that's not always good enough. Sometimes it's fixing the people. He was good at fixing people. People liked him. He liked people.
Democratic Governor Jared Polis has ordered all flags to fly at half-staff in honor of Sergeant Pennington. Barry Morphew was back in court. His 2 daughters appeared with him before a judge virtually today for a hearing. Morphew is accused of killing his wife Suzanne nearly 6 years ago. Her remains were found in 2024 in Saguache County. An autopsy ruled her death a homicide after chemicals were used in a powerful wildlife tranquilizer, and that was detected. Prosecutors say Morphew is the one that had access to those chemicals. During the court hearing today, Morphew's defense says they are reviewing more than 6 terabytes of new data ahead of a motions deadline in April. A judge set another hearing for March 30th. A town in the Denver metro area is set to receive its first affordable housing development. This is according to our partners at the Denver Business Journal. Philadelphia-based developer Penrose broke ground on a project in Old Railway in downtown Superior last week. It'll be a 50-unit affordable housing community for adults who are 55 and older. The units will be available for those who make 30 to 70% of the area's median income. The more than $26 million development also hopes to add housing to the town 4 years after the Marshall Fire destroyed hundreds of homes in Superior. Penrose says the development will be 100% electric powered. It is anticipated to open next summer.